And this week in Smart Stupid People, a Toronto cafe and coffee shop known as the Anarchist. That's the name of it, the Anarchist Coffee Shop. Their business model was pay what you can. So if you can come in and you can pay full price, for a how much does a coffee go for nowadays? Coffee anymore is just dessert basically. It's a liquid dessert. It's like, hey, how do I drink 700 calories here? How do I get diabetes before noon today? That's what coffee is anymore to me. But that's what I see. I don't drink it, but I drink a lot of coffee, but not this stuff. Not the stuff I see people walking around with. Oh God, no! I die. But so if you can afford your $4 or $5 coffee, then so be it. If you can't afford it, they'll just give it to you. You pay what you can. You pay what you feel it's worth. Which, I mean, no one would ever take advantage of that, right? So you pay what it's worth. They're an anti-capitalist business. And this is the shocking part of the whole story. You ready for this? Are you ready, Mia, for the shocking part of this story, for the most surprising part?
I'm ready.
They went out of business.
What?
The model of letting people pay what they want, it didn't hold up. Turns out it's not a good business model.
Okay, but I would be the person that would pay full price, though. Because I'd be too scared.
Non-confrontational? That's the business strategy. You let people just pay whatever they want. That's what we do here on Outlaw Streamers, specifically here at That's Based. The Anarchist Cafe, an anti-capitalist and anti-colonial. How are you an anti-colonial coffee shop? What's a coffee shop going to do to stop colonism or colonialism? How is that going to work? That was it? That's what the natives should have done when Columbus showed up. Just brought them their best cold brew. Would have saved so many lives. Could you imagine in a statement posted to the cafe's website, owner Gabriel Sims Fewer, who now has fewer dollars, wrote that a lack of personal generational wealth and seed capital from ethically bankrupt sources left the cafe unable to survive the slow winter season or achieve sustainable long-term growth. That is a very fancy schmancy corporate way to say my business plan sucked. I'm a shitty businessman. I'm an idealistic moron who's never lived outside of his bubble and didn't understand that, hey, when you give the average guy the chance to get stuff for free every single day, he's going to take advantage of you. See, I would pay. I think everyone should get their money. I've seen things like that where it's, you pay what you feel it's worth or whatever, and I'll throw them some money for doing that, what I feel is truly fair. But a place like that, if I knew that it was this hard leftist, we got to just start calling them leftists because that's what they are, coffee shop that was anti-capitalism and they wanted to bring down the patriarchy and all that stuff, I would get 4 coffees a day from them and I would just milk that business until they had nothing left. You know what I would do? I would go and I would get as much as I could and just hand it out to the homeless people. Yeah, the ones they claim to care about, but I guarantee you they'd call the police if they showed up at their store. I'd give them all to the homeless, and I would just run them under. Yeah, it's great to donate your food and your drinks and stuff, but when it's all going to the homeless because I am flooding the market, absolutely destroying your coffee shop, it doesn't work. I would make it a point to single-handedly destroy that business. I would go there as much as I could, get as much free stuff as I could, and just run them under. Let's see how strong your values and belief system really are. Here's what he said. The Anarchist has been a huge success in every way I hoped, except the whole business part. It wasn't a success in the whole staying in business aspect of it. Other than that, huge success. Huge. Scott Frost, huge success at Nebraska. Other than the whole winning games part. And the not being an alcoholic part. And the not supposedly cheating on your spouse part. And the not blowing off 5-star recruits because you're supposedly too drunk to go meet their parents part. But other than that, huge success at Nebraska. It's given me so much inspiration and education that I plan to put to use in future projects. I can't wait to see his future failed businesses. What business do you think that he'll come up with next that just offers free products, services, whatever? What do you think he'll do next? Construction?
Strippers?
Strippers? Free strippers.
Yeah.
Free Oh.
I don't know. Just the first thing that came to my
but
mind.
but then he would have to betray sex workers. Sex work is real work.
That's true.
Sex work is real. They won't put it on their resume, but sex work is real work. It's real work. I won't put it on my resume.
Their OnlyFans on their resume.
It was a gap year. Sex work is real. That was a gap year. I was in I had a sick grandma. I had to take care of her. He said, keep an eye on that Instagram page to see what I end up doing next. We're gonna follow Mr. Sims Fewer the same way we're going to follow Brit Barbie's rap career. We are going to follow this guy, watch his Instagram page like a hawk to see his upcoming project.
Period.
Maybe we'll collab. Maybe they'll collab together. The Anarchist opened in March of last year with a goal of making third wave specialty coffee drinks accessible to working class and poor people. The cafe offered pay-what-you-can drip coffee alongside a range of lattes, teas, and pastries. I would eat all the pastries for free. All of them. Walk in like, give me all those. Well, how much do you want to pay? Well, I can't pay anything, so I just take them. Cool? All right, cool. See you tomorrow. I'll be back. It also carried radical books, prints, and merchandise. $39 T-shirts that say "Smash Capitalism." People were not required to make a purchase at the cafe to use its restroom facilities or rest in the spa. I can only imagine how nasty those restrooms were. Because here's my thing. There's a lot of places like gas stations, restaurants. You walk in and just walk straight to the bathroom. They won't say nothing to you. I've worked the road enough. I know. There's enough places. You walk in, they just won't say nothing to you. But when you make it public information, hey, you don't got to buy nothing here, even though you don't even have to buy anything to be a customer, I guess. You don't got to buy nothing here to use our bathrooms. That's when you get homeless guys shooting up and jerking off in there. That's how that works. Ask Starbucks. When they overcorrected because they asked those black guys to leave for loitering, and then they opened the doors to everyone, and you had homeless people just passing out in the middle of the middle of the aisles at Starbucks in Seattle. The operation of the cafe for its 14-month existence was made possible in large part by Pop Coffee Works, which allowed Mr. Sims to take over and run its pre-existing cafe for free for 6 months. So this guy who claimed that he didn't inherit anything, and he attributed his failure to not having generational wealth and seed capital, actually got a business handed over, an actual functioning, running business handed over to him for free for 6 months. That's unheard of in business, where someone's like, here, just take my business, run it for 6 months, won't charge you nothing. All yours, figure it out. Even if it wasn't a great business, it's already somewhat functioning. You don't have to do the startup thing. You don't have to secure a location, bring in new equipment, all that. And you get 6 months of it for free. And you managed to run it under in 8 months. You didn't have it for a year until you destroyed it. I'd like to say thank you to Pop Coffee Works, my supplier and landlords. Oh, I thought they hated landlords. For their generosity and patience. They could have easily sold this space or rented for more than twice what they've charged me. So this place couldn't have existed without them. They roast the best coffee in the city, so please continue to support them if you buy coffee beans. The Anarchist Cafe garnered a number of positive reviews for the quality of its coffee and atmosphere, and the announcement of its closure. That place must smell so bad. Do you think that they'll hire the Starbucks employee with the odor to come work there? From last week, this is such a great space, one commenter, Anita Agrawal, wrote.
No, they can't hire them because they're closing.
Oh, well, they would have. Yeah. Well, he'll hire him for his next venture. His commercial construction service that's free. They don't charge. They're looking out for the little guys, big companies. Mr. Sims Fewer, who worked for years in the coffee business, so he was a barista at Starbucks for years, is what that means. Before opening the Anarchist Cafe, ended his message on the cafe's closure with a reminder of its core operating principles. And now this is classy. Its core operating principles. Fuck the rich, fuck the police, fuck the state, fuck the colonial death camp we call Canada. That's their business core operating principles. I wonder why they failed. Why did they go under? Fuck the rich, except for the people that let me have their business and run it for free for 6 months. Fuck the police, unless they're enforcing COVID lockdown, mandates, gun control, the use of my preferred pronouns. Fuck the state, unless they're taxing the people I don't like. And the colonial death camp, I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, every country's a colonial death camp. Every tribe throughout history has been a colonial death camp if you really want to get down to the nitty-gritty of it. We all come from crappy people, regardless of where on earth we come from and what color their skin was. You probably got ancestors that suck. That's what I'm saying. None of us are innocent. Even Mia. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you could actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese Spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.